Hello everyone, and welcome to Gundam Cosplay Evolution, the series where we evolve our Gundam cosplay through different materials and different methods. I'm your builder, Alu, and in today's very first episode of the series, we shall be going over the very basic materials of cardboard and duct tape. And in order to showcase that, what better mobile suit but the gym? Though a very plain mobile suit, it'd be the perfect stepping stone in order to move on to bigger and better and more advanced mobile suits and materials down the line. Because as we all know, you have to walk before you can run. So with that, let's get to building.
Alright, hello there everyone. So as you can see, I start off the video really fast by measuring my head, and then I'm doing these 1.5 inch markings in order to divide all the little darts, as you'll see later on in the video. And then I was measuring the top from about my ear, the top of my ear to the top of my head, and I got about 6 inches. That will be a mistake later on, just because it wasn't the best thing to do. I should have measured 7, maybe 8, because what ends up happening is it'll be extremely flat. Also, as I am showing you here, with all these little divided boxes, those are all the individual pieces that you'll be cutting in between. And then here I'm doing 3/4 inch measurements, and then making rounded triangles. I'm not making just flat-sided triangles. I'm trying to give them a little bit of roundness. That way, when they all connect, they all start making the band come around in a circle. And here you'll see I'm cutting out the pieces. So yeah, just make sure that you're being careful with this, and also leave, like you can see, I'm not cutting all the way through. That's why I put the X's there and I put the line at the bottom. Don't cut all the way through. You'll want about a 1 to 2 inch band, maybe even more. I only did like the very, very top of my head because I thought that would be enough. You may want a little more. Another mistake I made is using the length of all of these in order to encompass my head. I did forget to include my glasses in that whole measurement, and my ears. So you'll definitely want to do more than what I did, which I believe when I did my 1.5 inch measurements, in total they came out to about 22 to 24 inches, I believe. So if you have about my same sized head, which was about 22, 24 inches around, you may want to give a little more if you're wearing glasses, and maybe a little more for your ears. Here I am rounding it all out, and I put it on my head to show you I was wearing a crown, but I did not have it set up in a very good shot, unfortunately, and I'm sorry for that. This is my very first video, so I am sorry if there's a few little mistakes here and there. Here I am taping it off in a band, and then here I'm taping about 2 of these teeth looking things every time, so that way it can start forming the dome. As you notice, I'm only doing 2 at a time, and just those individual 2, and then I'm going to come back around again, and then I'm going to do it 2 by 2 again, and eventually all of them will be duct taped together. You'll notice that the shape that is coming out here is like a really flat dome, and even still all the little triangles don't form, all the way in the middle. That was my fault. Again, 7 to 8 inches. So just try to be mindful of that. Here I am trying to test it out, and I'm thinking about it, and I go ahead and I add another one. So I believe the final cut was about 24 inches, not quite sure. Again, should have done more, but again, cardboard and duct tape, it doesn't really matter about the quality and the way it looks. It's just about getting the general shape of it all. And I'll keep saying that for just cardboard and duct tape. Everything else, we're going to want more precise stuff, but for the moment, this is pretty much just a practice round.
Now that we've completed the cap, this will prove as a base for the rest of the helmet. Of course, we'll be attaching all the stuff that we need for the rest of like the face, back of the head, the size, everything to this piece. Of course, we're not going to attach anything to our faces because, well, duct tape and beard hair don't really mix well. So, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get everything attached to the head.
Alright, so I didn't include the clip where I was making the faceplate because I was, the video was about to run longer than 20 minutes, and I am trying to keep these shorter until we get to more actually advanced stuff. So just trying to keep it short and simple. Kind of failed that with the 20-minute video, but you know what? Again, first video, I'm still learning new things. So yeah. So I did make the mask using my glasses as a cheat code to get about the proximity of where my face was, size-wise, for how wide it was at least. And then lengthwise, I'm just trying to make it as accurate as I can, but of course I made it weirdly long, and then I messed it up and made the whole like blue visor part a little too big, so here I am taping it back on. Again, in this instance, it's okay to mess up and do stuff like that. Just try to be careful in the future. If you guys are doing stuff like this, you know, if you're doing duct tape and cardboard and duct tape, it's absolutely fine to mess up here and there and then make a simple duct tape repair. But if you're doing other things like EVA foam or, you know, Warbler, you know, or even like as big as like metal, like stuff like that would be really hard to fix. And here I am once again chipping away at it because I made it really, really long. I couldn't turn my head at all, and the top of my head was just not hitting the top. And here you can see me getting frustrated that my head is not hitting the top of the helmet, even though it is flat. And I'm just taping in a buffer to the top, so that way it has a good place where it's sitting. Now here you can see that I do have the ears like bored out. I was doing something with those little, I don't know what you would call those little discs on the side of the face, and some ideas went awry and I didn't get to do what I originally planned on doing, and I clipped that out entirely because I was cutting these teeny tiny little pieces and it just did not work, and I got frustrated and just left it alone. So the discs are sitting on a smaller disc that's just making them kind of float, if you want to know how those were done. And then here I am making the sensor, like the little mohawk sensor that it has. You would see that I got like an approximate idea of the roundness of the head, and then I did adjust for it little by little. Again, I'm just kind of getting a feel for this whole thing. It's not my first time, but it is I'm most definitely not a expert in this field. So here I am getting the approximate shape, and I blocked the computer for a while here. I don't know why. Again, bad shots. But I was looking for a different reference picture to tell me how far the mohawk goes. I didn't really find out, so I just kind of went with it. Because again, cardboard and duct tape. It's just a practice. And although, yes, if it were something else, I would have searched a lot longer for a better reference picture of the back of the head. But since this is just mainly practice and it's just cardboard and duct tape, don't really need it. So it's okay. It's fine. I will say, for this little bit here, I probably shouldn't have attached the whole sensor bit yet, because here I am already duct taping the colored duct tape on there, because I'm just getting a little ahead of myself, really. What I should have done is I should have left the little sensor mohawk off, is what I'm calling it apparently. I should have left that off and then duct taped the little blue piece directly into the mohawk. That way it would have had much less of a chance of falling out. And then here I am making the little Vulcans, those little guns, little dots on the top of its forehead up there on either side. I'm boring it out with just scissors. And then I roll up some pieces of cardboard and I get some teeny tiny little coin-sized pieces. And here I am making sure that it's actually going to fit. And then I bore out a little hole on that little coin-sized piece. So that way it gives kind of the illusion that it is in fact and indeed something that is much deeper than what it actually is. So here I am putting the colored duct tape on there, the yellow colored duct tape. And I'm trying to color in the inside. I don't think that was really necessary, but you know, I'm just trying little things here and there to make sure that, you know, things work or things don't work. So, and then once I got those put in, once I got that board out, and then once I got those put in, I went ahead and I'm going to duct tape those to the sides of the head to make sure they stay straight.
As you can see, it's coming along quite nicely. Nicely might be an exaggeration, but again, just as an experimental thing, just as a quick and dirty thing, you know, just trying to get it done as fast as possible, just trying to get more or less a proof of concept, if you will, a prototype, just something to serve as a benchmark. All right, you can look back on this one day and go, man, that was crappy, but you know what? I did it, and I made better stuff eventually. So yeah, now we're going to move on to putting the rest of the duct tape on, just a lot of white. I am kind of wondering now, now that we're at this point, what I'm going to use for this whole bit, because I'm not well versed in LEDs, and I don't have anything see-through and blue, so might just have to use just duct tape on this part, make some part of this see-through. I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? Whatever we do decide, it is just a cardboard prototype. We'll be doing a lot better later on. All right? After we're done doing the entire gym, yes, even with the crappy head and everything, we'll be doing the entirety of a gym cardboard prototype, if you will. So, yeah, enough of that, all right? Let's just get on with the rest of the head, finish it up, and we can move on to the rest of everything else in later episodes. So, without further ado, let's keep building.
Alright, and here, again, we're just going to be putting on a bunch of colored duct tape. So, for this, I'm just going to be pretty much talking about different things about the video. If any of my eagle eye, or eagle ear, if anyone has noticed, I have two different audios. That is because I am pretty much using my phone for the entirety of this recording. This is footage from my phone that I set up with a little tripod, and then my voice is currently being recorded by a Blue Yeti. So if you think this sounds nicer, it's because it is, and because it's not coming from a phone. So, here I am making the last part that I should have made before, which was that little, I don't know what you would call that. It's not a chin piece, it's not a mouth piece, but it's a piece that's on the face. And then what I do is kind of weird to me now that I'm seeing it. I go ahead and I duct tape it while it's on the face. I should not have done that. I don't know why I did. I should have went ahead and duct taped it while it was off the face and then put it on the face. Because then what we're going to be left here with is you can kind of see whenever you're looking at it from the side, it looks really crappy because it's got all these little frayed bits that weren't all the way wrapped around. And here I am covering up the corrugation so you can't really see that. It's kind of a quality thing. You don't have to do this, but you know, it does make it look a little nicer. It also gives it like ever so slightly more strength on the edges, but not by much. Not enough to really justify that, but it does make it look slightly nicer. So yeah, I'm going to be duct taping this whole bit, and for the mohawk, I just put in a small piece, just enough so where the blue sensor part goes in, it can cover up the rest of what's inside that mohawk, so you only need a small piece of white there, it's fine. Then I'm just gonna keep doing that for around the face. You can see on the inside, my buffer piece keeps falling all over the place. I did not put that in very well. That was more or less just a quick and dirty thing that I did just to make it to where the head was fitting me more properly. There's not much to say on this piece here, other than, you know, I'm just putting on a lot of white. I went ahead and I didn't do the eyes, spoiler alert, I didn't do the whole blue visor thing with the duct tape for the concern that I couldn't see. If you want to go ahead and do that, maybe you don't actually want to wear this as a costume or anything, maybe you want it as a display piece just to say I made that, that's totally fine. For me, I kind of wanted to wear this, I don't know where to. Actually, Halloween is coming up pretty soon, so if I don't get anything else done, I might just go ahead and wear this. Unfortunate to say, but in just a moment, my phone will die, but I'm pretty certain y'all get the picture.
And with that, the RGM-79 gym head is complete. We got the general form of the head, which is a win here. That's all we're really looking for. We got cardboard, we got duct tape. It ain't much, but it's a gym head. So that's pretty much the idea behind this entire series, is that we're going to be going over the most simplest of the simple. The most stage one of stage ones. Just starting from the lowest and going to the highest. And that is Gundam Cosplay Evolution. Now, if you'd like to see more of this, and would also like to see me complete the gym in all of its glory and cardboard and duct tape, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. If you'd like to see other suits being done, you can put in your request. I am staying around the Gundam Evolution line because, well, that's the whole thing that inspired this. So, that being said, this is Alu in Gundam Cosplay Evolution, signing off.